people all morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
This morning, a sex assault investigation is underway at Central Connecticut State University. A live report from New Britain is moments away.
I just saw two kids laying in the middle of the road, completely motionless. It was terrifying.
Two teens injured in a hit and run, neighbors rushing in to help. Now police want the person responsible found.
Also, fair season is very much here. We're going to have a breakdown of all the food, the fun, and the fellowship getting started this weekend.
Good morning. Happy Friday. We're glad you're starting yours off with us here at Fox 61. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. It is one of the great times of the year. Even if you love summer, the end of the summer, getting into fall fair season is just a great time. That being said, it is a cool start to the day, down in the 40s in some spots in Connecticut. It was the time in, well, let's take a look at Mohegan Sun, Hartford and New Haven, where it almost looks a little overcast. Not quite sure if that's the case or not, or whether I'm just looking at the beginnings of the sunrise. Seems
and then, of course, it looks purple there at Mohegan Sun. I do have to admit, I did turn the heat on for like just a minute.
Got 50s there. I don't know. My clock up by the Mass border was saying 47 degrees.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm not feeling bad about turning on the heat.
Right.
For like 5 minutes.
I'm seeing times in the low 40s.
Low 40s.
Oh, wow.
Northern Connecticut. I won't be too surprised if Bakerville section in New Hartford's down into the upper 30s this morning. And it's not abnormal. Actually, we get this time of year where we have the battle of the seasons now. I mean, officially fall starts next week, but 49 in Hartford, 50 in New Haven. You see the pre-sunrise. Sunrise is up about 6:32 this morning. And you see temperatures are down to 44 in Torrington, Willimantic, Putnam, 45. So a lot of 40s, the coolest morning of this early fall season. It's a 50 in the urban centers and a little bit of a wind out there. And that's what you would expect this morning with calm conditions with high pressure. And the rains to our north will not bother us. The fair forecast, not only for the Big E, but for our other fairs starting today, temperatures in the 70s. Bus stop is fine this morning, 75 for a high this afternoon. Coming up, going to detail the weekend. Is there any rain in the weekend forecast? And what about next week? Going from fall to summer. I'll have all the details coming up. Now on to get a check of the roads with our own Rachel Biscuitet.
Hey, good morning, Sam. Good morning. I love how you say my last name. 602 here in the CTDOT Traffic Center. And we are following just a couple of issues out on the roadways this morning. One that is cleared, though, over in Fairfield County. We'll show you that. You can see that we're seeing some delays still because of this crash. This is out in Fairfield between 20 and 21 on that southbound side. So delays are still in the area. You can see heavy volume there. This is a typical spot where we do see delays, but it happens a little bit later on in the morning commute. So Bridgeport to Fairfield, it's 17 minutes. Trumbull to Westport, you're looking at an 11-minute drive. Other than that, things are running smoothly out on the roads. We'll have another update for you coming up at 6:30, guys.
Rachel, thanks. New for you this morning, Central Connecticut State University is launching an investigation into claims of sexual assault against a student.
So let's get right out to Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc. She's live outside the campus. Julia, good morning. What can you tell us here at 6 o'clock?
Hi, good morning to you both. Yeah, this is all coming to fruition this week after a video went viral on TikTok accusing a student here at CCSU of sexual assault happening right here on campus. Now, that video was sent to the people here at the university, and when they were made aware of those allegations, they responded with a statement to not only the campus community, but everyone else who is concerned about what might be happening here. Now, in that statement, the CCSU president says they have directed their new Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion, Craig Wright, to launch a thorough investigation into these claims. They are asking anyone who knows anything or who has been affected to please reach out to them. At this time, they tell us they have not received an official complaint here. Now, the president goes on to say in that statement, quote, "Make no mistake, Central Connecticut State University has a no-tolerance policy. This university does does not and will not tolerate any type of sexual misconduct or bullying. They have also directed their vice president of student affairs to try to contact the people who may be involved in these allegations and offer some support to them, as well as any other students who might be impacted by this. We do hope to reach out to the university this morning and find out more throughout the morning. Of course, when we learn more, we'll bring you those updates. For now, though, we are live here in New Britain at CCSU. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Okay, Julia, thank you for that update. We'll check back in a little later this morning. We also know this morning that 2 teenagers are facing charges in connection with a shooting and carjacking that happened back in July in Hamden. Police said they shot a 46-year-old man and stole his car on 3rd Street. That man was seriously hurt. Police said one 16-year-old is facing charges of first-degree robbery and assault. The other is facing conspiracy charges. Police said this is just the latest case of juveniles robbing people recently in Hamden.
Be upticking over the last few years where people of this young age group resort to this type of violence. The consequences are you could spend a large part of your young life in jail, and that's real.
They said both 16-year-olds did appear in court yesterday. Well, see if you can recognize this truck going across your screen there. Wallingford police said this video here was taken just moments before that truck hit 2 kids and drove away. Police said it happened just after 5:30 Wednesday night. Police said 3 kids were walking along Highland Avenue near Johnson Road when 2 of them were hit. Both were hospitalized and both are expected to recover. In fact, one's already been released, but one witness said it was a hard impact.
One seemed to be a little worse than the other. One was literally face down in the middle of the road, and the other one was on his back in the grass. He actually got hit so hard his shoe came flying off. He was very concerned about his friend.
Well, police are still looking for the driver of that truck this morning. If you saw what happened or if you know anything about the crash, please call the Wallingford police.
New details this morning into the issues being reported by parents over bus services in Waterbury. In a Board of Ed meeting last night, parents and bus drivers said that they were fed up. Several parents say that their kids were dropped off at the wrong locations. Bus drivers said that new routes implemented are only making things worse.
At the end of the school year, before the summer vacation, they always asked us, do you want to keep your route or you want to change it? You had an option. This year we had no option.
It's not much to ask that the administration make sure our children get home safely.
The bus company says they apologize to parents for anything that happened and that they're working hard to make sure they get things right. We did reach out to Waterbury Schools for a comment, but still haven't heard back there. Meantime, right now, Uber is allowing riders in Connecticut to select an electric vehicle as their next Uber ride. The ride-sharing service is expanding its Comfort Electric initiative to several cities, including Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, Stamford, and Norwalk. All you have to do is select that option in the Uber app. Uber says it's committed to making a positive environmental impact. And this comes as Connecticut's plan to build fast chargers for electric vehicles along the state's highways has been approved. The state is set to get $52.2 million in federal funding from the recently passed bipartisan infrastructure law. Now that funding will arrive over the next 5 years. Governor Lamont says this funding will help the state move forward on critical improvements. Well, Governor Lamont says in part, residents, businesses, and visitors alike will soon have equitable access to electric vehicle fast chargers to move them through and across our state faster and more reliably.
The White House has unveiled a new CDC pilot program to enhance the response to the monkeypox outbreak. Right now, state and local health departments can apply to access the vaccine through the program. Up to 50,000 doses are being made available to populations that are facing language, location, or disability barriers. The Biden administration is also requesting the next government funding bill to include $4 billion to address the outbreak. According to the CDC, new cases of monkeypox infection are down about 50% since early August, so that's some good news. The CDC also said more than 23,000 monkeypox cases have now been reported in the U.S. Here in Connecticut, a disproportionately low share of that, 118 cases. This weekend, the Connecticut Department of Public Health and Griffin Health are partnering to make the Jynneos monkeypox vaccine available on the New Haven Green during Pride Fest. The vaccines will be available to anyone eligible between noon to 6 p.m. Saturday there on the Green at the Griffin Health vehicle. It's free, no appointment is needed. Now, as for treatments for people who do have monkeypox, the government is telling doctors to be very careful and not overprescribe the one treatment that's available, TPOXX. Why? Two reasons. First, it's still being tested, so they don't know exactly how safe and effective it is. Second, the FDA said the monkeypox virus could easily evolve to develop a resistance to TPOXX, leaving it worthless. Right now, it's only been authorized for compassionate use in severe cases, and that's only because it's been used to treat monkeypox's cousin, smallpox, in the past.